Welcome back to the show, my friends. I'm your host, Carly Hill, and today we're going to talk about how you can make sales effortlessly and easily in your business and what it takes for somebody to actually say yes to you. The moment when that potential client gets on a call with you, slides into your DMs, they're already sold before you've possibly even said a word about the investment, and they're not negotiating anything. They're not asking even for a payment plan. They're the pay in full people. They're the full body, yes, sign me up. I've been waiting, wishing, praying for you. They're not saying, let me think about it. They're saying, how do I sign up? Take my money, pay me. That is not luck. That is not something only certain coaches get to experience. It is absolutely a formula. And today I'm going to break it down for you completely. Why people say yes, how you can get more yeses in your business. Let's get into it. And the first thing I want to talk about is normalizing a no. So we're going to talk about yeses, but a no is normal, and you have to go through so many no's to even get a yes. So I don't want you to have false expectations and false hope that everyone is going to be a yes. You will have a percentage of no's. In the high ticket world, you really should have a close rate of minimum 20%. Anything above 20%, you're a power closer. We really want to aim for above average always and sit closer to the 30-40% threshold. So let's dive in and talk about the last time you invested in something. I'm going to turn this to you for a second. Think about a program, a coach, a course, something that you invested in, and you did it without hesitation. You didn't make a pros and cons list. You didn't think about it forever. You didn't agonize. You didn't ask your partner 3 times if it was a good idea. You just felt it. You knew it, and you were a full body yes. You bought it. What made that happen for you? And maybe you don't know the answer off the top of your head, but I'm going to tell you what it is. Okay? It's 3 things, and it's 3 things coming together at exactly the right moment. The first thing is trust. You trusted that person. Their message hit something so real and so urgent inside of you. And the transformation that they were promising, it also felt so clear and so specific that you could already picture yourself on the other side of it. That's the trust piece. It's messaging. It's transformation. So when all 3 of those are present, paying is going to feel good. It's going to feel easy. It's going to feel exciting. It's actually even going to feel like relief. Like, yes, please take my money. I cannot wait to be on the other side of this problem. And so when any of these 3 things is missing, whether that be trust, killer messaging that lets them know, hey, I see you. I see the urgent problem that you have, and I have a promising transformation and solution waiting for you on the other side. So when that's missing, that's when you get ghosted after the call. That's when pricing objections become the center of attention, even when price really was never the issue. Oftentimes, it's just easier for people to say, well, I can't afford it. It's oftentimes just a cop-out. They're trying to be nice to get off the phone. It's not the hardest objection to overcome. You'd be really surprised how resourceful somebody will get, especially when you have a million gazillion payment plans, when you have the answer to their problem. So when you understand what actually creates an easy yes, you're going to stop trying to convince people. We shouldn't have to convince people. Convincing is not true selling. There is a difference between persuasion and convincing. Convincing is the slimy selling. Convincing is getting you to do something that would benefit me only. Persuasion is getting you to make a decision that was already in your best interest, that you already wanted to make and maybe did and just needed a little bit of permission. Let's start with the trust. Let's go deeper there for a second, because trust is the foundation. Without trust, nothing else is going to work. You could have the most brilliant offer in the world, messaging so specific, it's making people cry. They're like, oh my gosh, did you read my diary? Did you bug my house? The transformation is so clear. It's practically selling itself, and none of it matters if the person on the other end doesn't trust you. So how are they going to trust you? What builds trust? And more importantly, what builds it fast? Because we need to build fast trust. The main thing is consistency. And this is the one, in my opinion, I think most people underestimate the most. Trust is really not built on a single post with really good messaging or a single conversation. It is built through repetition. It is built through top of mind awareness. It is built through showing up on the same day at the same time with the same message over and over again until the right person thinks, oh, she's still here. She's relentless. She's resilient. She is obsessed with this mission. She's serious. She has not gone anywhere. And holy cow, she really means what she says. She is so convicted in this. That's what they need to see. And that shows up through consistency. And I've talked about this before. People need to see 7 to 11 hours of content, and they need to be touched or talked to or had a conversation at least 8 to 12 times before they're ready to buy. How does that happen? Consistency. So we have to be patient. We have to stay present, and we have to stay convicted in our messaging and our marketing. This is what is going to build trust and build it fast. The ones that are sitting on millions of dollars, unrealized revenue, oftentimes it's just because they didn't follow up and they weren't consistent enough. I don't want you to be that coach. It's quite easy to be consistent, actually, especially when you're obsessed with your mission and you can't shut up about it and you are half asleep and then you pop up with an idea and you got to write it down in your notes section so you can execute it and you could talk about it the next day. I mean, that's just me because I am so obsessed and convicted, and this work is so close to my heart. The second thing is social proof. People don't just trust you because you say you're good. They trust you because other people say you're good. It's kind of funny how that works, right? You could stand up there and say you're good, but when somebody else says you're good, they're like, oh, she's really good. You need testimonials. You need client wins. You need before and after language. You need case studies. You need screenshots, real transformation stories in your client's words. Get a video testimonial, interview them. This is gold. This is your currency. They need to see you're a real coach and you get people real results. And if you're not actively collecting and sharing social proof, you need to start today. Every single piece of proof that you share is going to collapse hesitation faster and faster and faster than any sales script or going live or webinar or template. It can't beat social proof. A story is going to sell. A story sells, always. And the last thing here is proximity. When people feel like they know you and they got a piece of you, not just what you do, but who you are deeply, like your values, your journey, they learned something about you. The moment that when your audience sees the real you, the hard lessons, the honest truth, I think 90% of us are our own ideal client, then they're going to stop just seeing you as a coach, as an expert, but they're going to see you as a guide, somebody who had to walk through what they are currently going through. And people follow guides that they trust. So let them in, share your story, be vulnerable, give a little bit of yourself. Allow them to have proximity with you so that they can get to know you and who you are. This will pay off tenfold. Guess what? Therapist to Coach Startup School is back. If you've been sitting on the fence, this is your sign. We're spending 5 days together, making sure you know exactly what you need to do to successfully expand into coaching. If you're feeling maxed out, maybe you're fully booked, maybe you have a cap on your income, you're sick of trading dollars for hours, this is for you. You genuinely love being a therapist, but you want more freedom, more flexibility, more security in your life. Maybe you already have a coaching business, but you're on this revenue roller coaster and you can't seem to get consistent clients. I can help with that too. It's all happening June 22nd through June 26th. Come spend 5 days with me. I'll be your business coach. We'll meet for about 90 minutes every evening, and you're going to get a full week of intensive business education broken down into digestible bites you can actually take action on. The legal stuff, the ethics of adding coaching, how to create and market a profitable program, how to choose the right audience, how to charge high ticket rates, how to pick a niche that passes the high ticket test, and so much more. Stop talking about it. Let's do the damn thing. Click the link in the show notes, and I can't wait to see you inside. The next thing I want to talk about is, and I say this all the time, and I'll keep saying it for as long as I'm doing this work, most coaches don't have a sales problem. They have a messaging problem. Messaging is not your tagline. It's not your Instagram bio. It's not a clever phrase you came up with at 2 a.m. Messaging is your ability to describe your ideal client's inner world back to them so accurately, they feel like you bugged their house. And this is the standard I hold for myself and for every client I work with. Your ideal client should read your content and think, she read my diary. How does she know exactly what I'm going through? It should almost feel like eerie. It's that specific. And here's what makes that possible. Market research. You don't have to guess. All you got to do is ask. Do a survey. Have an actual conversation. Ask real questions. What made you start looking for help now? What have you already tried that's not working? What's the most frustrating part of this for you? What happens if nothing changes? What's going on for you in your everyday life? What does this look like for you? What would be a dream come true for you? Their answers are your messaging. Their exact words, their exact phrases, their exact frustrations, that's your copy on your website. Use it. It's accurate. It's the most accurate thing that you can get. And then it's going to help them feel deeply seen, immediately seen. Your messaging needs to speak to their persistent, painful, urgent problem. I'm going to say that again. Your messaging needs to speak to a persistent, painful, urgent problem. Not a nice to have, not a someday I'll work on this. Something that your ideal client is feeling right now, today in their daily life, and they desperately want relief from it. People are always buying their way out of something, not into something. Businesses make money because they solve problems. They're buying their way out of pain, out of confusion, out of the exhausting cycle that they've been in. And when your messaging reflects that, when it names the exact living hell that they're living in, and the heaven that they want to get to, they don't need to be convinced. All they need is a simple invitation to the other side. So make a hell and a heaven list. The hell is where they are right now. The heaven is where they want to go. And your messaging lives in the gap between those two things. They need to recognize themselves in the current living hell. And then paint the heaven so vividly that they can feel it. They can see themselves on the other side. And then you're going to position yourself as the bridge to go from hell to heaven. It's a desire. This is what's going to drive them to buy, drive them to make a decision to buy. Are we tracking? Is this making sense? Are we taking notes? I hope so. Okay, the third piece, and this might be the one that I think most coaches get wrong, especially therapists, because our training taught us to be careful about promising outcomes, and I get it, okay? I'm not asking you to make guarantees you can't back up, but here's what I'm saying. If your ideal client cannot clearly picture what their life looks like after working with you, they're not going to buy, and they will not pay you. People don't invest in coaches for Zoom calls and worksheets and a curriculum and a workbook or a Facebook group. They invest for a transformation. They invest to get from point A to point B faster, easier, and with a proven system that they couldn't navigate alone. I always talk about buying first-class airplane tickets. If you want to upgrade to first class, you do it because you know exactly what you're getting. More comfort, more space, a better experience, you arrive rested. You don't upgrade because the ticket description says a quality flight experience. You upgrade because you can feel the difference in your body before you even board the plane. And your offer needs to do the same thing. Your ideal client needs to be able to close their eyes and picture exactly where they're going to be in their business, in their life, in their confidence, in their relationship after working with you. Specific outcomes, specific timelines, specific result. And this is where the perceived value piece comes in too. When the transformation is crystal clear and the value is stacked, when your client looks at everything and they're like, whoa, I'm getting all of this for this, sign me up, then the price no longer becomes the objection. It is a no-brainer offer. It is an offer where it sounds mean, but they would be stupid to say no because it's that good. But when the transformation is vague, we're going to work on your mindset and your business strategy. Then people are going to hesitate. Not because they don't believe in you, but they can't see it. They can't feel it. And people invest in what they can feel. Buying is not just a logical decision. They invest in what they can feel. So get specific, get clear, be willing to say the result out loud and evoke these emotions. You've seen it happen. You know the path. You have the receipts. You have the case studies. Share them. So the easy yes is not something that happens on the sales call. The easy yes is built long before you ever get on the phone with someone, and getting on the phone with them is just the last thing. It's the last little cherry on top that then they're going to say yes, but they already said yes to themselves before they got on the phone. The easy yes is built in the 11 hours of content they consumed before they reached out. It's built in the testimonials they read at midnight when they couldn't sleep because their problem was keeping them up at night. It's built in the social media post that made them stop scrolling because it described exactly how they felt and then they saved it. It's built in the DM conversations that you continued to have with them where they realized, oh wow, she gets it. Oh wow, she really cares. And oh my gosh, she really knows what I need. By the time somebody who is truly your ideal client lands on a call with you, the trust should have already been built. The messaging should have already hit home. The transformation should have already been painted, a clear one at that. They're already 80% sold. So your job on that call is simply to confirm what they already feel is true, to ask the right questions, to listen, to invite. And if you're getting all these no's on a call, then you have a nurturing problem. They don't trust you. They didn't have enough content to consume. They didn't have any proximity to you. We're not convincing, we're not manipulating, we're not twisting arms. We're just removing the last few barriers between someone and the decision that is already in their best interest that they already 80% made. And when you feel that, when you experience your first true, easy yes, everything changes because you realize that you were never meant to convince anyone. You were just meant to call in the right people just like that. And how can you do it again? How can you build real trust over and over again like that? Speak directly to their pain. Show them clearly where you can take them, what's on the other side. And then the easy yes will follow over and over again. It's never an accident. It's just a natural result of those three things: the deep trust, the consistency, the social proof, and the proximity. I think that's 4 things, okay? Deep trust, consistency, social proof, and proximity. That's what really matters. If you're thinking about launching a podcast or taking yours to the next level, Juliana and her team are the experts you need. They take care of everything from episode funnel design to production and marketing, so you can focus on creating content that connects with your audience. Check out the show notes on how to get access to their team and just mention that I sent you. Happy podcasting. Messaging so specific your ideal client feels seen at that cellular level. A transformation so clear they can see themselves on the other side. So sales is a part of it, yes, and sales is a skill that can be learned, but sometimes you don't need to be a better salesperson and it's not even a sales problem. Perhaps it's just a trust problem, a consistency problem, a social proof problem, or a proximity problem. And you need better messaging. You need to clearly communicate and show up more. And when all of that's dialed in, then people are going to flock and come and pay you, and it's going to feel like relief. It's not going to feel like a risk. That's it for today. And if this episode landed for you, I have something for you. I want you to look at your current messaging, your bio, your last 5 posts, your offer description, and I want you to ask yourself honestly, can my ideal client see themselves in this? Can they feel the transformation? Do they trust me enough to say yes? And if any of those answers is no, then I want you to reach out to me on Instagram. I want you to comment the word 3X because I'm going to send you my guide that is the most simple guide. It's 3 steps that's going to help you 3X your income, and it's going to walk you through all of this, the resources that you need in order to earn trust, to collapse the timelines, and to get those easy yeses. I want that for you, and it's possible. Links are in the show notes. Share this episode if it helped you. Tag me in your stories. Let me know that you love listening to the show. If you have any suggestions, DM me those. My love is with you. Go build something so badass. Go build something irresistible. And I will see you in the next episode.